So we come to the fifth move from the traditional name. It's called bending over to wag the tail to calm heart fire, or swing head and tail to eliminate heart fire. Doesn't really matter. Again, that's the name of it, or snake head, swing tail, innate blockades. God, that's the rain there going really hard. But again, we're just going to tap in to our Pilates setup. We're going to zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals, add that in with the breath, and just calibrate and synchronize the breath for the motion, integrate the breath for the movement. Okay, so as we do that now, we're going to zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. We're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. I'm going to talk a bit louder. You probably hear the rain banging across the window there. And that's going to make it a little bit yogic. Okay, a little bit yogic there. And that's going to help us lengthen the breath and filter the breath through that nose. Slightly yogic breath there. And that hypnotic response we're going to get is from letting the out breath fall longer than the in breath. Okay, the in breath's conscious thought, the out breath's subconscious thought. So as you do that now, zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. You can't do one without the other. Now it will naturally help you breathe into these lower lobes of lungs. That's very brief, that Pilates set up there. And we're going to breathe in through the nose. As you do that now, and exhale or let go out through the nose, okay? And just make that longer than the in-breath. Now, we're gonna link that to motion. I've been very brief on the breath there. You can go a lot more detail with this. But again, simply zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. It does sit very well, as I say, with these motions. Silken movement, brocades is like silken movement, means something along them lines. We're not going to go too deep into that, but these motions are too good to waste. So especially with this one, it's very sort of Pilates style, where you're sort of stacking up the vertebrae bone by bone. A bit like the classical roll down in Pilates that Joseph Pilates brought about. Again, I digress there. So it's basically, it's just movement. We're just calibrating and synchronizing the breath for the motion. We're zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals. As you do that now, you'll feel that breath coming low and deep to these lower lobes of lungs. If you want to go even more yogic, in short, we can grip at the esophagus. Slightly more advanced yogic breath. You grip at the esophagus, and you get this sound from the back of the throat. And you'll find that sighing breath as you grip at this esophagus even will help you lengthen the breath even longer. Especially that lovely elongated out breath, which is longer than the in breath. Breathing in from the nose and exhaling and letting go. If you can't get that, just stick to breathing it out from the nose. Okay, but that makes it a little bit more yogic, makes it what we call ujjayi breath, victorious breath. In Sanskrit, that's what that means, victorious breath, ujjayi breath. Okay, as we grip at the esophagus, that helps to stimulate the thyroid glands, which helps with weight control, etc. So as you do that now, as you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals, you'll feel that breath coming low and deep to these lower lobes of lungs. And also, with the ujjayi breath, you'll specifically feel that build the heat within the body. So as you do that now, just feel the benefits of letting go with that lovely elongated out breath, which is longer than the in breath. The in breath's conscious thought, the out breath is subconscious thought. So by extending the out breath longer than the in breath, we're just encouraging sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation, all on that lovely elongated out breath. Okay, as you do that now, you'll feel the parasympathetic nervous system responses, sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation, all on that lovely elongated out breath. Okay, so we're going to link that to motion. So we're going to come back here. I'm just going to get the legs in. Okay, same with all qigong sequences. Only come in as deep, that is comfortable to you. Okay, Again, only coming as deep as comfortable to you. Again, I would go no deeper than knees and lower toes. Again, there's two subjects there, but I'm just veering on the safer side. Basically, don't go so deep. If you do want to go deeper, I wouldn't go personally deeper than knees and toes. Tailbone deep when knees come in line with toes. Okay, so we're going to come back and demonstrate that. Nearly sort of in a horse riding stance, a bit wider than a squat stance. And we'll go from there. So, linking and calibrating and synchronizing the breath with the motion. We're going to get the feet just slightly at a V, okay? Sort of like horse riding stance. Again, from here, up to you. Well, by I mean going in deep, you can go in deep. I won't go knees past toes. You don't want these feet Charlie Chaplin, okay? You want them just slightly from straight, slightly out at an angle, very slight angle. Again, I won't let knees go past the toes. Up to you, you probably get away with that, that's fine. I'm just veering on the safer side, anyone with knee injuries, etc. The old school, safe way there. So knees in line with toes, or less if you like. You can stay up high or down deep. When your knees come in line with toes, you can stick the tailbone out if you want to go deeper, but no lower than knees in line with toes. That's all optional there, okay? Now again, from here, we're going to press down and cause some traction in the spine. So as I press down, I feel the spaces between the vertebrae. That goes with the in-breath. Now my shoulders will come up here. Okay, now as I exhale and let go, I'm going to exhale to centre. So I'm going to breathe in, come up one way, stack up the vertebrae, and exhale to centre. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to just breathe in one way, coming up here. Now again, the shoulders will be here. When you cause traction, you exhale here, let go, you'll feel the shoulders come up. Okay, that's the opposite of what we want to do. We're going to let them down. So we breathe in, come up, and you feel the shoulders just want to drop down. That's where you let them drop down. Okay, zip up, scoop out your abdominals the whole time. Then we're going to exhale to centre nice and slow. Exhale. Shoulders come up. We're going to drop them. We're going to breathe in. Stack the vertebrae and exhale for longer. Exhale. Cause a bit of traction in the spine, push down if you like, or just stay here, nice and relaxed with the shoulders. But if you do this, you push down here, you feel that traction in the spine. Then you're going to breathe in, stack up these vertebrae, shoulders come down. Again, a little pivot to save my knee, optional that. Here, like a pivot, and you come up here. So you'll see this motion again. Exhale to centre. You're going to stack up these Lego bricks, these vertebrae, bone by bone. Shoulders come up. Don't hyperextend the back. Gather in. Throw that corset on, that girdle of strength, that powerhouse, that girdle of strength. 3 layers deep by tucking the belly button. Okay, we're going to exhale to centre, longer, out breath. Now we're going to breathe in. Stack up these vertebrae. So it's a nice free motion one there, okay? So from there we're going to exhale to centre, really empty. The shoulders come up, they're going to drop. As you square up the hips to this side. Gather in, watch that hyperextension in the back. I mean, again, you know, I'm probably being over safe, but just think with the bones, talk with the bones. Breathing up one way, then exhale to centre. If you want to stay there and empty out, you can do. You can just let the shoulders down here, or you can just really push down here, the shoulders come up, and then we want to do, what we really want to do is just let them shoulders down. Gather in, navel towards the spine. Think of stacking up the vertebrae. You can do it either way there. Again, yoga would do things one way, Pilates do it the opposite way. Just tells you can breathe anyway. Don't care what anyone says, you can breathe in is breathing. There'll be different responses. That breath helps you breathe with the spine, you know, when you're really knackered and you've overexerted yourself, etc. Or you've done a really hard anaerobic run and you're like, you know, them sort of motions are going all day long with the spine, with these little micro movements. Okay, so we're just simply overemphasizing this breathing pattern of the spine. Okay, exhale to center, make that nice and hypnotic. Elongate the out breath for as long as you like. Bring them hypnotic responses and breathing, stack up the vertebrae one way. Okay, again, it's a real nice motion one once you get in there. You feel them shoulder blades just slide down in towards the body. So if there's a trickle of water, just run down your back and dispersed, mounting the shoulders over your hips, head over shoulders. That lovely soft feed between your shoulders. Just think of that trickle of water just running down the back and dispersing. Even them shoulders melting down in towards the rib cage, just sliding around the rib cage. It's like magnets sliding around the fridge. Just to accommodate that movement just enough. This is for shoulder girdle awareness in everyday life, where you overhit your shoulders, etc. This sort of thing, or you know, we're lifting, etc. Overcompensating. This gets us aware of the shoulder blades. Sometimes, you know, you have a workout in the gym, and again, you don't realise you're up here with the shoulders. These upper traps are very overactive. So again, it's just helping them melt down in towards the body, and again, them lower trap fibres just helping pulling your shoulders down into their own natural position. Lovely. So that was number 5 of the 8-form qigong sequence, the hypno yoga Pilates qigong sequence. Lovely. Again, two hands climb the legs, strengthen the kidneys. Next, lovely. That was number 5. Number 6 coming up. Bang.